Hello. I'm so excited you're here with me. Welcome, my dear soul friend. This is Julie Reisler. I am here to share some intuitive guidance and wisdom for July in 2022. And if you're new to spending time with me here, welcome. If you've been here with me before, thank you for connecting back in. It is always my hope and prayer that anything that I'm sharing here is going to help you to connect more to your own inner guidance, your own inner wisdom, your intuition, your higher self, what I call your You-est you. I like to say this in the beginning, please take what you like and leave the rest. See if it resonates. If it doesn't, discard it. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to start by pulling two cards from my own deck, the You-est you intention deck of intentions. There are 33 cards. I'm going to pick two cards that I feel intuitively guided to share with you. I'm going to share a little bit of what's coming up about those intentions. We're going to look at the energy for the new moon and the full moon this month. We're in the heat and the height of summer for those in North America. For those who are not, those on the other side, obviously this is more of a time of winter. So I hope, again, that this brings insight and inspiration for you. I'm also going to end with a little bit of healing, hand healing activation. I am Reiki certified, and I like to do a little bit of activation just to see, if you can feel the energy, and also hopefully to add a little bit of vitality, healing, if that is something that you need right now. So it is my joy and pleasure to have you here. And I'm going to share, if you have not yet taken my free intuitive type quiz, highly recommend you do. There are 4 types. I don't want to give it away, but once you take this free quiz, you will get your specific type. And in addition to your type, you're going to get a video specific for you that explains the way that you perceive, your intuition perceives from the infinite intelligence, and ways to strengthen it. Just go to juliereisler.com. You can get it at my main website, or juliereisler.com/free quiz. And we'd love to hear what your type is and if it resonated. All right. So we're going to get started with the cards. I'm just going to shuffle. And if you'd like to take a deep breath with me, we can do this together. I like to put my hand on my heart. You can do the same if that feels good. Slowing down your breathing, coming into your heart, coming into my heart, and just connecting to the greater field of love. And just asking all of that infinite intelligence, those guides, the angelic realm, our higher self, to guide this time together, the intentions, and to really amplify and magnify whatever it is that you're going to be focusing on for this month, especially around that new moon energy. All right, with that, I'm going to pull 2 cards and let's see what we get. All right, these are the 2. So, such a good card for this time of year. Okay. Oh, I love it. All right, these are really powerful. So the first card that I chose, I'm going to show it to you, is laughter. Laughter is so connected to this high time of sun and summer, joy, full expression, especially of all of the plant life and our crops, and often ourselves. In fact, the moon, the full moon of this month, which is in July, we'll come to that. It is called the buck moon, in part because the buck, the male deer, their antlers are in full bloom. And so laughter has such a fullness and a richness. I'm going to read to you the intention. Laughter is healing for my body and my soul. I will find time to invite laughter into my day to lighten up myself and those around me. I have found for sure life can get really serious and feel really, really overwhelming at times, stressful, stagnant. Again, it's very easy to get into that lane of feeling like it's super serious. And laughter is such a healing agent. So, and I'll go into this in a minute. These are questions to ask your You-est you. When was the last time you had a deep belly laugh? Not just a little chuckle, but like a full body laugh. How did it feel to laugh and lose yourself in that moment? And how can you look for more ways to add laughter in your life? So Laughter, if for those of you who might have heard of Louise Hay or have read any of her amazing books or done any of her amazing affirmations or healing, she is all over YouTube, even though she transitioned. I believe she was in her early 90s. I grew up with listening to her. She's like a grandmother to me, and I bring her in often in the kind of in that non-physical realm. Louise Hay documented this and wrote about and talked about her healing herself. She had, I believe, ovarian cancer. She healed herself through laughter, through lightness, through watching videos and movies that made her laugh. There's a lot of evidence around the power of laughter. So just, kids we all started as children. Children naturally are uncensored and, able and open and comfortable and like literally programmed to laugh a lot. And so most kids have the opportunity to, right? I know not every child does, but typically as children, that's what we're able to laugh. That's one of those beautiful emotions and reactions that we have that you might even remember. Think about a belly laugh. I remember there was a day in school, this is so funny, and I was laughing with a friend of mine. I couldn't stop laughing the whole day. I think it was in 4th grade. And like I literally, even the teacher was like, Julie, we're trying to pay attention. And I'm like, I couldn't stop laughing. I don't even know it was so funny, but it's so healing. So I'm going to invite you to really look at how can you add more laughter. And another super powerful healing force is the other card that I chose. It is forgiveness. Forgiveness. I'm going to read you this declaration. And I believe actually forgiveness is one of the most important ingredients to living a life that feels clear, in the flow, free, sovereign, loving, and healing. Okay, declaration, intention. I cannot change the past. True story. I can only change my present. I know that by forgiving others and myself for any past hurts, I allow myself to be free and at ease. Forgiveness of others and ourselves allow us to be free. Where do I need and want to forgive myself and others? What might be a way to let past hurts go? This, my friend, is so powerful and will supercharge any issue, healing, ailment, serious mind, body, matter, spirit. Forgiveness is the key. For any of my friends out there, if you have done any work or reading in the Course in Miracles, one of the most important aspects is that we forgive everyone. We forgive ourselves because the way the Course talks about it is we're all innocent anyhow. We actually don't even need that forgiveness, but most of us, it's helpful to go through that motion and really connect with that energy of forgiveness. I personally like to think of the divine cosmos, spirit, the universe, whatever you call that, God, goddess, as being all loving. And it forgives. It doesn't even need to forgive you because you are so loved no matter what. So I know that may or may not resonate. However, as humans, we often make stories. We take something that happened, a split second, an instant, an issue, something that happened in the past, and we carry it to the present and the future. And if we're not watching, if we're not careful, we're going to make meaning of that. We're going to be living that past hurt over and over and over again. And that's where we start to take our past into our present and our future. And then we end up living in our past, even though it doesn't look like that. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful ways to free yourself, right? So even if it's something egregious, really hard to forgive someone, find an accountability person, find a coach. That's part of what I do. Or find someone who's a dear friend that can hold space for you. Find yourself in on the page, get a journal, and just look at what it is that you are willing and ready to forgive. And if you're not willing and ready to forgive, you could ask the divine. You could ask your higher self. You could ask the guides, the angelic realm, whoever you're working with or connecting with, or that part of your inner self, your heart, and say, I'm willing and ready to forgive. Please help me to be ready. Please help me to see this in another way. Help me to see this in another light. It's a really powerful way to look at forgiveness. So Laughter, very healing. Forgiveness, extremely healing. These are both healing intentions. And it's so interesting because I believe it's really connected to the energy of July. That full moon, so we have the full moon first is going to be on July 13th. It is called the buck moon. As I said, the buck moon is named after that male deer who has those full, beautiful antlers. And they're known as they're called bucks. And those full antlers are like right now, fullness. Like just think of everything is in its fullest form. If you go look at flowers, crops, anything you're growing, and there's an aspect of you that's looking to manifest and is manifesting and is ready. It's ready to be harvested or just about ready. So it's a time for reflection. It's also a time for change. And it is really important in this full moon, often a time of releasing, of connecting in, to really, really tune into your heart, to tune into your heart's desires, and to tune into the energy of the month. Most of the month is in the sign of Cancer, which is also connected to that crab energy, which is often that kind of going within, connecting to home, resting. So we want to really allow ourselves, mind, body, and soul, to rest, to enjoy. If there needs to be time for forgiveness, laughter, that's where those intentions come in. So that full moon, again, is going to be in Capricorn, and that is on July 13th. And then we move to the new moon is all the way at the end of July, July 28th. And that is a time for celebration, to celebrate your growth, your victories. This is in the Cancerian energy and is really connected again to honoring your home, that home within you, celebrating, laughing. What can you honor right now? It's fullness at its like greatest form. So I keep getting the word full. It's a full month. And part of that fullness is those emotions, the spectrum, all the way from laughter to forgiveness, right? And so sometimes laughter can be a great way to look at a situation from a new lens, right? Like, how can I laugh from that? Maybe there's some way of being that maybe there was a way you acted that's almost humorous, right? Like we do the best we can until we learn better and then we do better. So how might you infuse laughter as you look at your past stories and your past, bringing that to the present and the future, even around forgiveness? Is there something you could even laugh about with yourself, not at yourself, but laugh about with yourself? So I hope that is helpful. These little tidbits of energy and intuition for the month. And I'm going to do a little bit of energy activation. What I'm going to invite you to do, I'm going to do the same. If you're comfortable, if you're in a place where you can close your eyes, I would invite you to close your eyes. If that is not comfortable, if you're driving, if you'd feel like you'd rather open your eyes, then keep them open. But I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to connect back into my heart and just get my hands rubbing together with some energy. I'm going to ask Divine Spirit, my higher self, to guide this hand healing activation so that it might be for the highest good for you, for anybody that's watching, and any ailment, whether it's in mind, body, or spirit, on the physical or metaphysical or spiritual level. And I'm just going to ask the Divine Spirit to move through me, through you, through my hands. Interesting. So immediately what I'm feeling is a lot of wishes and desires that feel like they are kind of trapped in your mind, in your cells, but it's really more of like in your thought forms. And this actually feels like an activation for your mental well-being. Adding in that energy of freedom, of freeing yourself, new perspective, unattached to stories or beliefs that are not true. I'm seeing a prism, seeing yourself in a greater light, expanding your understanding of yourself, asking, please let me connect to my higher self. And this feels like a mental connection, a healing activation for your your thoughts, the way that you're seeing the world. Of course, the way we see the world interprets everything. And so sometimes that physical stuckness, I'm seeing stagnation of the liver, of the adrenals, of the digestion, if that's you. What I'm feeling is some of that is connected to that mental stuckness. So I'm just asking this energy to help flow through your mind, to help open your third eye. And I'm seeing that energy flowing more clearly now down your esophagus, down in your digestion, your adrenals, working with greater ease. We're going to call in the energy of ease and peace and grace. And forgiveness. Forgive yourself. That's what I'm hearing is most important right now. Forgive yourself. Journaling, connecting to that forgiveness within yourself. Or something you may have handled in a way you wish you could have done differently. Let it go. Trust it is all in divine timing. It is all for your highest good and those around you. Let it go so you can be in the present and create a future based on who you decide you are today, not the past. Okay, so I'm feeling that ease and flow with that forgiveness, that mental shift. And the image I keep getting is to really get and see yourself as this beautiful prism with all these factions of light. The more that you can see yourself as a prism, you allow the light to shine within and through you. So I'm just going to thank the divine for helping me to hopefully help you. Please let me know. I hope that was helpful. Did you feel anything? Did you notice any shift or sensation? Did that resonate? Or maybe it didn't. Let me know. Share in the comments below. You can email me back. Just go to juliereisler.com. Make sure you take the free intuitive type test so you know your dominant intuition. It's going to help you. It's going to help you to know if you take in that greater wisdom through sensations or through visions or through the audio process. And this quiz was guided and will guide you so that you know your dominant type. All right, my friend, it's an honor to be here with you. And again, please share this with anyone you think it could help. Come find me, whether it's on social media on Instagram, Julie Reisler, or Facebook. Come connect with me. I'd love to hear what you got from this intuitive guidance for July, and let me know what is happening in your life. The celebrations, the miracles, the wins, the insights, the change in perspective. I'd love to hear. And of course, you can always join us over for free in the You-est Facebook community. All right, dear one, lots of love to you. Have a beautiful, very full July. Remember to fill it with laughter, with forgiveness, especially for yourself, and to honor your heart. Love always.